and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a day to night look, and some may feel that my day look is a little bit too heavy, but you adjust how you feel you should adjust it, because I can completely understand that. So don't forget to like and subscribe to this video and let me know if you want to see anything else, and let's jump right in. So I'm just hydrating my under eyes and priming using the Pure Hydrogel Lift Eye Perfecting Primer, and I love to do this because it helps me prime before I use concealer, keeps it nice and moisturized. Then I'm just patting in the Makeup Forever Step 1 Equaliser Smoothing Primer to just smooth out my pores. And now I'm just rubbing in the Nivea Aftershave Balm, I think it is, just to make sure all my makeup stays on very nicely because it's so long wearing. Now I'm just priming my eyelids using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and right on top of this I will be adding the MAC Pro Longwear Paint Pot in Soft Ochre. And the reason I do this is because I've got very oily eyelids, and by double priming I can ensure that they stay nice and matte all day long. And I'm just adding a mattifying powder right on top, and it's the Bourjois Healthy Mix Powder, just to set all of that in place. Now I'm just correcting my under eye circles with the Sephora Peach Corrector in Light, and I'm just drawing on a little face and it kind of resembles the Saw doll, I think it is, or just a weird bug thing, I'm not sure. And I'm just bouncing that in using my beauty blender. And I like to do this when I'm going out because I like to make sure all of my face is nicely corrected, so that my foundation looks flawless all day long. And I'm just bouncing that in with my beauty blender because apparently I don't like to use any other product. I'm just rubbing in the, I believe this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Foundation, and it's in the shade 4.5, which is a little bit too dark for me. And the reason I didn't hold up the product is because this is a tester, and I've tested it and I can safely say it is not for me. You use whatever long wear foundation that you like. I don't really think I like this one, so I won't be repeating it. I kind of look a bit like an Oompa Loompa. It oxidizes far too quickly. Then I'm just applying the Urban Decay Naked Weightless Concealer on my under eyes, and I'm just mixing in a little bit of the Sephora Serum Concealer in Light, just to brighten it up a little bit. You can skip this step if you don't want to lighten up your under eyes for a daytime look. I personally don't really mind, so I just thought I'd do it anyway. And I'm just pushing that in using my beauty blender. Just pushing that into all of my face. So that's the chin, forehead, under eyes, and nose. Now I'm just cream contouring using the Maybeline Fit Me concealer in the shade Cafe, and I'm just finding my cheekbone by pushing up from the hollows of my cheek. I thought I'd do a little bit of a nose contour as well, which is something I generally tend not to do. But I thought I want it to last all day long, so I want to do that as well. Why not? This is such a nice concealer to contour with because it blends out so seamlessly. And I'm just using the beauty blender to do that again. This step is obviously optional if you don't want to cream contour and add powder because you feel it's too much for the daytime. Then by all means skip this step out completely and just leave it for the evening. But I like to just make sure all my makeup is stays put on my face for the whole day. And I'm just pressing in the Mercier Translucent powder on my under eyes and the rest of my face, just to set it so that it stays on all day. The whole purpose of this makeup look is so that I don't have to add too many products for the evening, which is why I'm kind of going all out now. Now I'm just taking the Urban Decay Naked Basics 1 palette and just putting the shade Naked 2 in my crease with a fluffy brush. And I'm just adding a little bit of the shade Faint just to deepen it up a little bit. I will put all the names of the products and shades and brushes I've used in the description bar below, just in case you're curious. Now I'm just taking the darkest shade from the Sleek Contour Palette in Dark, and I'm just running that through my crease. I was just being a little bit extra here. You definitely don't have to do this if you don't want to. Now I'm just patting on the shade Walk of Shame and Venus from the same palette on my eyelids to brighten that up. And now I'm taking the Benefit Brow in the shade 6 and just filling in my brows. It's not as long wearing as the Anastasia Beverly Hills one, but it is so good. I love this brow gel. Love it, love it, love it. Or pomade, I think it's called. And I'm just drawing in my brows or filling in my brows using a Zoeva angle brush. And I'm just setting that in place using the Anastasia clear brow gel. So this stuff is like glue, so my eyebrow shouldn't really move at all. Now I'm using my favorite eyeliner in the whole world. It is the MAC Liquid Last in Point Black. And this eyeliner, I kid you not, does not move. And people say, oh, my eyeliner is waterproof. No, this is waterproof. I've been swimming with this on and it has not come off. And because I've got really oily eyelids, eyeliner tends to transfer, and this one just doesn't do that. Now I'm taking the contour shade or bronzing shade from the Light Contour Kit by Sleek and just buffing that in using circular motions using my Japanese Kumidori brush, I think it's called. Yeah, Kumidori brush. And I'm just using the orange, not orange, my God. Sort of orange blush on top of that from the same palette. And I'm just using the same palette highlighter, and I'm just applying that with a Morphe brush. It's not as bright as I'd like it to be, but it is a day look, I suppose. We can't all be glowing to the gods. Now I'm just using the L'Oreal Sculpt mascara just to darken up those pointless eyelashes of mine because they're straight and they don't do anything. And I'm just applying some Vaseline to my lips. And yes, that is how I apply Vaseline at all times. I don't like putting my fingers in any jars. Now I'm just applying the NARS Velvet Lip Pencil in Satin, and the shade is, I can't pronounce the shade. It's like a, I'll keep it down below so you know which one it is, but it is hard work to pronounce that. And that is the day look, and let's jump straight into the evening look. So now it's the evening. I want to make sure I'm contoured and looking amazingly slim, I suppose. And I'm just using the NARS Eater brush to contour my face. I'm using the Sleek Dark Contour Kit again because I want to try and keep the products quite limited for the evening because I don't want to carry too much with me. And I use this shade because it's actually quite cool toned and I love a cool toned contour. And the Eater brush blends out and gives you that nice definition that most brushes don't, so that's why I use that brush. Now I'm using a Urban Decay dual-ended brush to apply the orange shade in the same contour kit on my eyelid. I'm just using this as a base. I don't intend this colour to show off my eyelids at all, but it's just a base for the glitter. So I'm just applying that with the flat side of the brush. There's another word for orange. I want to say, is it terracotta? Yes, that's what I meant, terracotta. Knew it'd come to me eventually. So I'm just rubbing that all over my eyelid before I add some glitter. It's quite sheer, as you can see. And I'm just going to deepen up the outer corner with the darkest shade from the contour palette. Now you can definitely add black or an even deeper brown if you want to. I just went for this shade because this is what was at hand and this was in the palette that I was carrying with me. In real life I probably would have taken the Naked Basics 2 with me, so I could have done a black smoky eye, but I didn't want to get fallout either, so I thought let me just try and stick to something that's not going to cause a huge amount of mess on my face if there's fallout, because I don't have time to clean that up. Just buffing that out with the same Anastasia brush from earlier on, just to make sure everything is seamless. Now I'm going to add the Heavy Metal Liquid Glitter Eyeliner by Urban Decay in the shade Midnight Cowboy. I don't know why I always think it's Space Cowboy, but it's Midnight Cowboy. And I'm just applying it all over my lids on both sides. And I love using this because it's so convenient. You go from, you know, drab to glam in the space of 5 seconds, and there's no fallout, there's no glitter all over your face, and it's just so easy to use because the glue's already there, it's already suspended in a gel, so it's hardly any work to just apply a bit of glitter and you look like you've worked so hard on it, because it looks like a really difficult cut crease, but it's not. It's just a little bit of liquid liner in glitter format, and it is awesome. If you're on a budget, definitely try the collection version of the glitter liners. They're not as opaque as the Urban Decay ones, but they're definitely buildable and they're pretty good for the price. I think they're about £4 or something. Then I'm taking the Marc Jacobs black gel liner, and I think it's just the shade black, and I'm just applying this to my waterline and tight line so that I can keep the smoky look going. And I'm just applying the MAC Extended Play mascara on my lower lash line, or lower lashes rather, just to open up my eyes a little bit more. Again, by all means, you can use a nude eyeliner if you want to. I just prefer black for the evening. And I'm just adding some lashes because where would the evening be without some lashes? And these are the, I believe these are the velour lashes in Fluff and Wispy, but I will keep that in the description bar below. So I'll let you know the exact name of it there. And I'm using the Primark PS Pro Longwear lip liner in the shade Red, and it's like a felt tip. That's the only way I can describe it, but it's so accurate and it's such a good product because when you're wearing red lipstick, the last thing you want to do is eat something or drink something and end up with like a weird pink rim. It's not attractive. So this would ensure that even if my red lipstick came off, there is something underneath to keep the red theme going, so it doesn't look bad. And I love this, it's such a good product. And now I'm just applying the Stila Stay All Day liquid lipstick in the shade Fiery right on top. And it's a beautiful fire truck red, and I think it's perfect for the holidays. And now finally I can have a little bit more highlight, and I'm using the Sleek palette in the style Solstice, I think it is, and I'm just using that orangey gold shade and just applying that to my brow bone, nose and cheekbones. And that is the finished look, and if you want to refresh your makeup from the morning, just spray a little bit of Max Fix Plus all over your face and you are good to go. Let me know how you guys get on, and let me know if you really enjoyed your Christmas parties this year, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye!